Little Red Riding Hood.
Retold by Bryn, Leland, Sophia, and Damien. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl who lived in a small cabin in the woods. She wore a little red coat, so everyone called her
Little Red Riding Hood.
One day told Little Red Riding Hood that her grandmother was sick in bed, and she would mind if she would take a basket of food to her. Little Red Riding Hood, of course, told her mother she would, so off she went. Little Red left on her way to grandmother's, and on the way she met the hunter. She told the hunter,
I'm on the way to Grandma's house because she doesn't feel well.
And the hunter said to Little Red Riding Hood,
Watch out for the wolf.
Meanwhile, the big bad wolf had heard Little Red Riding Hood and the hunter talking. He got an idea and rushed to grandmother's house before Little Red Riding Hood got there. Meanwhile, grandmother was lying in bed and saw the wolf peeking in the window. She got so scared and said,
No, the wolf is here. I'm going to go hide in the closet.
The wolf entered the house, but he didn't see Grandma, but he did see her nightcap. It gave him an idea. He put on her nightcap and climbed into bed. Little Red Riding Hood finally got to grandmother's house. She knocked on the door and went into the cottage. She saw her grandmother lying in her bed and said,
I brought you a basket of food, Grandma.
But Little Red Riding Hood thought something was different about Grandma. She said to Grandma,
What big ears you have, Grandma.
And the wolf said,
Better enough to hear you.
And then Little Red Riding Hood said,
What big eyes you have, Grandma.
And the wolf said,
Better enough to see you, my dear.
And Little Red Riding Hood said,
What big teeth you have, Grandma.
And the wolf said,
Better enough to eat you.
And at that moment, Little Red Riding Hood ran out of the cottage and started yelling for the hunter. The hunter came and scared the wolf away, never to be seen again. So Little Red Riding Hood, her mom and dad, and grandmother all
happily ever after. The end.